Hey everybody, and welcome to Leia's Lair. Here is our review of Star Wars: The Book of Boba Fett, Episode 1, Stranger in a Strange Land. Okay, so what we liked and didn't like about the episode. So the one thing I really loved at the beginning was how they basically just solved the biggest question surrounding Boba Fett, and that was how he escaped out of the Sarlacc pit. So they resolved that literally in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was really sweet. They're like, I wonder if they're going to show it at some point in the series or anything like that. And they're like, nope, we're just going to show you right in the beginning, get this out of the way. You even get a flashback to Camino. You get to see him as young Boba. Very nice introduction there. I really like that feel. Yeah,
for sure. And it was just I don't know. I'm glad they just didn't make us wait. You know what I mean? It's just something that's been on everybody's brains for how long since he reappeared in The Mandalorian and was confirmed to be alive, that everyone wants to know, how did Boba escape the Sarlacc pit? And I was so happy that they just got that out of the way.
Yeah, that was very nice to see that. And they definitely took stuff from the comics and just brought that back into canon and really answered everyone's question on what exactly happened to Boba Fett and how did he survive.
I also just really got a Mandalorian vibe from this episode, and I'm assuming it's going to be for the entire series. But the music and everything in the background, just even the way the title comes in, it gave me very much some feelings of Mando, which makes me miss it even more and can't wait for it to come back.
Yeah, no, definitely Mandalorian feel, but it's it's that winning formula. They did such a good job. Everyone involved with The Mandalorian, and everyone loves that show, and it really did something for Star Wars here. So why change a good thing, right? Do the same sort of formula for Book of Boba Fett, and we got a winner. We see it in this episode, how great it is with that music vibe. You can definitely hear some of that kind of westerny themes to it, which I really like. And I think it fits very well in the Tatooine setting of this episode.
I also thought it was interesting how they've decided to go back and forth to tell Boba's story. So every time he goes into the Bacta tank, it's like a flashback.
Yeah, no, I definitely liked that. At first I was like, oh, they're just going to start right from the beginning. Because he was in his Bacta tank, and I was like, okay. And then they did the flashback, and then they did it again, and then that's when you knew, okay, this is how it's going to be. Probably for, who knows, maybe the whole series, which is very cool. They're doing you get to see some of his past, get some of that answered, but then also we get some plot progression in the future or the present, and yeah, I really like that.
I do wonder how long they'll actually go back and forth on it. Maybe they're just trying to retcon some things in the past and bring them into the show. I don't know if the whole thing is going to be a flashback, but it also might be.
Yeah, either way, I really like it. So yeah, keep doing it if it suits for the storyline. Yeah, I also found, speaking of the present, is the plot of him trying to go around and he's trying to fill the shoes of, Bib Fortuna, okay, he probably fills those shoes no problem, but Jabba, those are some big shoes to fill, right? So
totally.
And then we see that they're like, oh, this guy, okay, he's just walking around, let's attack him in the street. We get some nice parkour scenes. That whole action thing, and it's really cool to kind of see that criminal side of Tatooine. We get to see what is actually Jabba, and his henchmen, what would they do? They're like, oh, Jabba never leaves his place, or oh, they get paraded around, and it's just kind of cool to see that background, because we don't really get that often in Star Wars. More of that, oh, we get to see a little bit of Tatooine, but then that's it. It kind of goes away. We don't get to see the background, let's see what's going on in Mos Espa or Anchorhead or whatever. Let's see more of that, and we get to finally see that. So
I do think that a lot of these people are going to take advantage of him. That's the feeling I got from episode 1, is that they don't take him seriously. I mean, even when the mayor's henchman comes instead of the mayor to pay his respects, you know what I mean? So I do think that he has, like you said, big shoes to fill, and it will be interesting to see how he garners the respect of all the people that he's now the leader of.
Yeah, and they have that one guy at the end, so they're gonna, I don't know, probably get some answers from him. But yeah, he's going with his respect way, and that's sweet, because we see that with the Gamorrean loyalty. They're like, oh, I don't know if this is wise, and then of course he does it, and then the Gomorians end up helping him and saving him in that setting. So
Yeah, that was really cool.
yeah, and I also really like the Gomorians. So, and those are the ones that got force choked by Luke, right? So you know that they're alive.
So the last thing I kind of thought was interesting was the whole backstory of after he gets out of the Sarlacc and his relationship with this Tusken child and how he actually ends up saving it from that wild monster that attacks it and then it, like parades back with his head or whatever. It's so cute, and he's like earned the respect now of that group of Tuskens, which was pretty cool. And the one guy even had the same staff, so I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more of a backstory with that.
Yeah, like even with the Tuskens, they're all wearing black. You know that Boba Fett now wears black. He has that staff. So there's a lot of things that they're like, oh, okay, that's where this is coming from, right? So you can already tell that they set this up even before the second season of Mando. So this is a long time coming, I guess, right? Where this is all like showing his backstory about, oh, you know, he earned the respect of the Tuskens, and that's how he's choosing now to rule Tatooine. So we get that kind of like mirrored image, like, oh, he got the respect because he killed this creature. Now all of a sudden he's fast forward into the present, and he's going to try to do the same with everyone else.
Okay, so in terms of a rating, I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a great opening episode, and I really think it is setting the tone for things to come in the rest of the series. And like I said before, I really like how it answered one of the biggest questions we had about Boba Fett right away. To me, that just solves so much of these like questions people have, and it's just nice to not have to think about that for the rest of the series and move forward from that. So
nice, yeah. Oh, and I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10, actually, because I thought it was a great introduction to the series for a lot of the same reasons as you. Loved how it was telling the story of the past and the present. And honestly, what is not to love? You got to see Boba climb up the Sarlacc. You got some chase scenes in there. You got some action scenes. You're getting some present. You're getting some past. You're getting, 9 out of 10. Great episode.
And there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of this episode of the Book of Boba Fett? Let us know down below in the comment section. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more great videos to come. We hope to see you all again in Leia's Lair.
You are not a Jedi yet.